So today we are
Good.
going to cover the next part from the unit number 2. We have covered already in the previous lecture what is heat reservoir or thermal energy reservoir, right? Okay, so let me revise it once again, that what is the heat reservoir. So any what you can say, an infinite source, okay, infinite source of energy which contains a huge amount of heat, and if you add some amount of heat in it or takes in some amount of heat from it, will effect on its temperature. So that is what is known as a heat reservoir. एक ऐसा reservoir which is very huge, which is having huge amount of the heat. Okay, for example, I have given to you an example of ocean. Let's say you are having the ocean, let's say you are standing near the ocean, and if you throw a glass of water, glass of very very hot water, or you can say boiling water, which is having a temperature of 100 degrees Celsius. Ocean is normally having a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius, average temperature of 25 degrees Celsius, maybe below that. Okay, so if you throw 100 degrees Celsius boiling water, a glass of water in it, will there be any change in the temperature? No. Okay, that means that ocean is now acting like a heat reservoir. Okay, its temperature will not change at all. Okay, you are adding a heat in it. That means that reservoir is absorbing the heat from that glass of water, but there will be no change in its temperature. Okay, similarly, let's say if you are having a ball of ice, okay, a ball of ice, that means it is having the water or the ice, or it is having the temperature of 0 degrees Celsius. Now you are throwing it in that or keeping that bowl in that ocean. What will happen? That ocean will takes, sorry, the ocean will rejects its heat towards that ice, okay, towards that ice. But will there be any change in the water temperature in that ocean temperature? No. So it is acting like a heat reservoir. Similar, another example is there, that is a atmosphere. It is also having the same temperature, even if we are adding any amount of heat in it, or we are taking any amount of heat from it. Okay, so that is what is known as the heat reservoir. Okay, so again, heat reservoir, there are two types of heat reservoir. Okay, the heat reservoir, if it is continuously supplying the heat to the system, then it is known as the source. And I have just given you the example, that is a glass of a boiling water. Okay, the glass of a boiling water. Okay, I'm so sorry, bowl of a ice, bowl of a ice. Okay, just given you an example of bowl of a ice. Okay, so what that ocean water is doing, it is continuously supplying its heat towards that bowl of water. So your ocean will be now a source. Okay, and what is the sink? A heat reservoir which absorbs heat from the system. Okay, now system here is, we can say, as a glass of a boiling water. Now what that ocean will do? Ocean will takes the heat or absorbs the heat from that glass of water. So now ocean is acting like a sink. Sink means what? For example, your basin. Okay, in your kitchen you are having a basin. Okay, and normally we say it as a sink. Why we are saying it as a sink? Because it is going to continuously absorb the water. So similarly here, the sink is the heat reservoir which continuously absorbs the heat. Okay, so this is what is about the heat reservoir and source and sink. Okay, now let's move to the next part, that is heat engine. Okay, now what is heat engine is? So it is a device which can produce work continuously, that is, which operates on a cyclic process at the expense of a heat input, is called as a heat engine. So you can see here example. Okay, so this is the heat engine. What it is going to do? It is going to produce a work. Okay, it is going to produce a work in at an expense of a heat input. You have to take some amount of the heat from the source. Okay, because source is the one which is going to continuously supply to the system. This is the system. The source is the one which is going to continuously supply the heat to the system. Okay, so what heat engine will do, it takes the heat from the heat source and converts or produces a some amount of the work continuously. Okay, that is known as the heat engine. Okay, but from the second law of thermodynamics, okay, from the second law of thermodynamics, what you know, just let me revise it once again. So from second law of thermodynamics, that is from Kelvin Planck statement, what it says, it is impossible to construct a heat engine operating on cycle whose sole effect is the transfer of heat from a single heat reservoir and conversion into equal amount of the work. That means it says that it is not at all possible to develop a heat engine which takes the heat from the heat reservoir and completely convert it into the work. So there will be a losses. Okay, there will be a losses practically. Okay, it is completely impossible that there will not be any losses over there. So you can see here in the heat engine diagram, engine is taking the heat from the heat source, converting, trying to convert it into the more and more amount of the work. But as we know that by Kelvin Planck statement, it is not possible to convert it into completely work. So there will be a loss. That is, you can see this is the heat, that is Q2, which will be taken by the sink. Okay, so what this sink is doing, it is absorbing. That's why I said, what is the sink is? Sink is the reservoir which is going to continuously absorb the heat from the system. Okay, now move back to the heat engine once again. So what is the heat engine now? It is going to produce work continuously with an expense of the heat input from the heat source. That is what is known as the heat engine. For example, steam engine. Let's say this is the steam engine. So what steam engine will do? It will take the heat, okay, it will take the heat from the steam, okay, and convert it into the work, and remaining steam will be thrown back into the atmosphere, or maybe towards the condenser, and will be circulated back again, okay, by using the boiler. Okay, we have seen it in the steam turbine also. Okay, so you can see the another example is the steam turbine. Okay, another example is the steam turbine. So what steam turbine will do, this is, let's say, heat engine, this is the steam turbine. Okay, so for that, heat source is a steam, okay, high pressure steam. So what the steam turbine will do, it takes the heat from that high pressure steam, okay, convert partially into work, and the remaining, that means low pressure steam, will be sent to the condenser, and then whatever the condensate is, that will be sent back to the boiler, and then again it will be circulated toward the steam turbine. So this is what the heat engine is. Another example is petrol engine, diesel engine, or gas turbines also. Okay, so petrol engine is also doing the same. What it is doing, petrol or diesel engine, it is taking the heat from the burnt fuel, that means petrol and the diesel, convert it into the work, and remaining, that means exhaust gas, will be thrown into the atmosphere. Okay, so here the atmosphere is the sink, okay, and the source is the burnt flue gases. Okay, then it receives the heat Q1 from the source, which is at temperature T1 or TH, high temperature, that's why it is given as a TH, okay, suffix TH. Then it produces the work W. Okay, this is the notation. Q1 is the heat received from the heat source, which is at the temperature T1 or TH. Okay, and W is the work developed. Okay, work produced. T2 and TL is the temperature of the heat sink, and Q2 is the heat rejected towards that heat sink. Okay, now from this you will understand one thing, that this source temperature should be more than the sink temperature always. Okay, so you can see this it should follow this. Okay, that is TH should be more than the TL, or T1 should be more than T2. Okay, another thing, by using the first law of thermodynamics, what the work will be then? Work is equal to the total heat transfer, that means Q1 minus Q2. Okay, Q1 minus Q2 will give you the work produced. Okay, that means we have seen in the first law of thermodynamics that in a cyclic process, the total amount of work done is equal to the total amount of the heat transfer. Okay, so how much heat has been transferred? It is Q1 minus Q2. So that is why we have written here that W is equal to Q1 minus Q2. So this is what about the heat engine is. Okay, now heat engine, it is an engine. So, and we know that as per the second law of thermodynamics, we cannot convert the heat input into the complete form of the work. Okay, so there will be the efficiency term. Now what is the efficiency? Thermal efficiency is the ratio of work output to the energy input. Okay, whatever the work output is to the energy input, that will give you the efficiency. Okay, it is the measure of performance of the heat engine. From this thermal efficiency, we can find that how efficiently your engine is working. Okay, now you can see what is we can see basically what is the formula for that. Okay, so we know that efficiency is equal to now output upon energy input. Okay, now what is the work output here? This is the work output. Okay, and what is the input is energy input is, that is Q1. Okay, so W upon Q1 will give you the efficiency. Okay, but again we can write that W by using first law of thermodynamics, that is Q1 minus Q2. So we can write this equation as Q1 minus Q2 by Q1. Okay, again if we simplify it, we can write the efficiency as 1 minus Q2 by Q1. So from this equation, we can simply understand or we can simply prove that efficiency is always less than 1 or 100%. Okay, as we can see here, because Q2 is less than Q2 by Q1 can never be 0. Okay, because Q2 is less than Q1. So there will be a something ratio. Okay, there will be something ratio will be there. Okay, because Q2 is less and Q1 is more. Okay, and it cannot be 0. 0 हो ही नहीं सकता, because Q1 is not at all possible 0 and Q2 is also not at all possible 0. Okay, क्योंकि some amount of heat is going to loss. As per the second law of thermodynamics, we know that there will not be possible to convert completely heat input energy input into the work form. So there will be a heat loss. So Q2 will never be 0. So that's why we can say that efficiency is always less than 1. Okay. Okay. So this is what the thermal efficiency for the heat engine. Now the next term or the next device is the refrigerator. Okay. Now refrigerator, we can say it as a reverse heat engine. It is exactly opposite. You can see from this diagram. Okay. So this is the system or the refrigerator or a heat pump. Okay. It is taking the heat from the heat source, but the direction you can see, it is exactly opposite. Okay, from the bottom side toward the top side. Okay, and in a heat engine we are producing the work, while in the refrigerator or a heat pump we are taking the work. Okay, externally we are taking the work. Okay, now let's see what is the definition for it. It is a device operating on a cycle which removes the heat from a body at low temperature T2. Okay, now here it is same, that is T2 is less than T1. Okay, T2 is less than T1, and what that refrigerator is doing, it is taking the heat from this low temperature source. Okay, now here temperature is low, but still it is having what we can say, it is a source. So it is not necessary that if temperature is less it will be sink always. Okay, it depends on the process, that what is happening over there. Source is the one from where heat is always going to supply. Okay, so you can see here, this is at temperature T2, which is lower, but it is going to continuously supply the heat towards the refrigerator. That's why it is said as a source. Okay, now this heat energy will be taken from the source and it will combine with this work. Okay, combine with this work, and then that will be thrown into the sink, which is at higher temperature. So again, not necessary that sink will be at lower temperature as the previous one. इसकी तरह नहीं है. Okay, always keep in mind, whichever the reservoir is which is going to absorb the heat from the system, that is known as the sink. Its temperature can be any, can be higher, can be lower. Okay, but now if the source is having higher temperature, it will be in the sink. It will be it will be in the heat engine. Okay, in the heat engine, source is having high temperature and sink is having low temperature. While in the refrigerator, source is having low temperature and sink is having high temperature. So exactly reverse you can say. Okay, so as I said, as here it is written in the first line itself, that refrigerator is a reverse heat engine. Okay, so what it is doing, it is a device which removes the heat from the low temperature heat source and rejects to the high temperature heat sink at an expense of the external work. That means you are supposed to supply the work always. Okay, we have seen the second law of thermodynamics. Now what second law of thermodynamics will say? It is impossible to transfer the heat from low temperature source to the high temperature sink. Just a minute. Okay, so what second law of thermodynamics will say? Second law of thermodynamics says, by Clausius statement, it is impossible to construct a heat pump or a refrigerator operating on a cycle whose sole effect is to transfer the heat from low temperature towards the high temperature. Okay, so we know that it is not possible. Let's say if you are having a cup of tea, okay, and if you want to boil it, okay, but it is not possible that without any external heat supply, you cannot transfer the heat from the atmosphere into that cup. Okay, you have to supply externally, you have to do some external work on it, then and only then it is possible. Okay, so same thing is that is why we are supposed to uh, supply external work here in the refrigerator or a heat pump. So then and only then it is possible to transfer the heat from low source, okay, low temperature source to the high temperature sink. So this is what is the refrigerator. Okay, if the objective of the system is to produce the cooling effect at low temperature, then heat rejection temperature is temperature T1 corresponds to ambient temperature, such as a device in a refrigerator. So what this basically this para says that now we have seen that this can be refrigerator, can be heat pump. Now what is difference between heat pump and the refrigerator? Okay, let me explain it to you by using the diagram. Yes, this one. So you can see here, okay, this one, what it is showing, just simply compare these both things. Okay, if we see, both the diagram are same, taking the heat from the colder body, okay, supplying it towards the hotter body, or you can say high temperature sink, okay, with an expense of the external work. Now what is the difference between refrigerator and the heat pump? Okay, so now heat pump, refrigerator, in the refrigerator, effect required is here, that means in the colder body. Okay, let's say आपका जो घर में refrigerator है, okay, where you want the cooling effect? In the cabinet. Okay, so this cabinet, that means colder body, is your cabinet. Okay, that is the required one. What the refrigerator will do, it will takes the heat from that cabinet and combines with the work which you have supplied in the compressor in the refrigerator. Okay, and then that will be thrown into the atmosphere. मतलब आपके जो kitchen air है उसमें throw कर रहे हो आप. Okay, so kitchen air or your atmosphere will be acting like a hotter body over here in the refrigerator. While in the heat pump, this hot body is the required thing. Now heat pump means what? जो आपके room heaters है. Okay, that is the heat pump. Okay, so your heated room is now a hot body. So this is the required one. So what heat pump will do? It takes the heat from the atmosphere. Now here colder body will be the atmosphere. Okay, it takes the heat from the atmosphere combined with the compressor work, and then that heat will be thrown into the heated room. Okay, so always remember that in the refrigerator, atmosphere is the hotter body, while in the heat pump, colder body is the atmosphere. Okay, got this? Any doubt in this? And in the refrigerator, colder body or whatever the heat you are taking from the colder body is the required thing. While in the heat pump, the heat which is thrown into the hotter body is the required thing. That is Q2 is the required thing. Okay? Any doubt in this one? Heat pump and the refrigerator?
No, miss.
No, ma'am.
Yes?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So let's move to the next part then. Okay, the same thing is explained over here. Okay, now as we have seen that uh, in the heat engine, okay, to measure the performance, what we are using? We are using the thermal efficiency. Okay, while in the heat pump or the refrigerator, to measure the performance, coefficient of performance is the term. Now, what is the coefficient of performance? Okay, coefficient of performance is desired effect to work input, the ratio of required effect to the work input. Okay, now as I said, in the refrigerator, what is the required input, required effect? This Q1 is the required effect. जितना ज्यादा आप हीट कोल्डर बॉडी से लोगे उतना आपको ज्यादा यहाँ पे कूलिंग इफेक्ट मिलेगा. ओके, let's say you have turned on the refrigerator. Initially it will be at the normal room temperature, but when the compressor will run, what will happen? The heat from the cabinet will be taken toward the compressor, and then it will be thrown towards the hotter body, that means towards the atmosphere. And जितना आप ज्यादा यहाँ से heat लोगे, okay, from this colder body, if you take more and more amount of the heat from this colder body, you will get more and more amount of the cooling effect over here, and that is what the required target for the refrigerator. So what is the desired effect here? Is the Q1. Q1 is the desired effect. Okay, that means heat which is taken from the colder body, that is heat removed. Okay, sorry, यहाँ पे okay, so as per this diagram, okay, as per this diagram, Q2 is the heat taken. Okay, Q2 is the heat removed from the colder body. Q2 is the heat removed from the colder body. Please don't get confused. पिछले वाली जो diagram थी, okay, in this diagram simply notations are changed, nothing more than that. Simply notations are changed. Okay, so whatever the formula I have written over here, okay, this is based on this previous one, this one. Okay, so now what is the desired effect? This Q2, because it is taken from the heat source, okay, which is at the lower temperature. So this is the colder body. Okay, so this is the desired effect. So Q2 is the desired effect, and what is the input? That is the work, that is this W. And what is W? W is Q1 minus Q2. Okay, because what is Q1? Q1 is the addition of this W and this W and Q2, right? Because what we are doing, we are taking the heat from the source, combining with the W work, and then supplying it into the sink. That is Q1. So this is the sole effect, or you can say it is the combination of Q2 and W. So what is W then? Simply W will be equal to Q1 minus Q2. So we can write this COP, that is desired effect upon work input. So what is desired effect? Desired effect is the heat removed. So heat removed as per that previous diagram is Q2 divided by W, and that will be equal to Q2 by Q1 minus Q2. So this is for refrigerator. Okay, while for heat pump, the desired effect is heat added. Okay, so you can see heat added is Q1. Okay, heat added is Q1. So Q1 is the heat added divided by work, that is Q1 by Q1 minus Q2 is the COP or coefficient of performance for the heat pump. Okay, now from both this equation, if we subtract the COP of heat pump, if we subtract COP of the refrigerator from the heat pump, okay, that means COP heat pump minus COP refrigerator, you will get that it is equal to 1. Okay, so very simple calculation is there. This minus this, Okay, so this denominator is same. Okay, so what you will get? Q1 minus Q2 again. So Q1 minus Q2 is also in denominator and also in the numerator. So you will get that it will be equal to 1. So let's say if we find for the same system, for the same temperature of the heat source and the sink, okay, if let's say you are having a system, okay, which is working in between same heat source temperature and heat sink temperature, then and only this is possible. Okay, it is not for any refrigerator and any heat pump. It is only working when it is working between the same heat source temperature and heat sink temperature. Okay, then and only then it is possible that refrigerator COP. Okay, if we subtract that from the COP of the heat pump, you will get the value as 1. Okay, any doubt in this till this one? Any doubt?
No, miss.
Okay. Now difference you can easily do by yourself. The same thing which I have explained, the same thing is explained over here. Okay. Now let's revise once again. Now from this diagram, please tell me what will be the COP for this refrigerator. What will be the COP for this refrigerator from this diagram? What is COP? Desired effect upon work input. Okay. So what is the COP for the refrigerator here?
Q1 upon Q1 minus Q2.
Q1 upon is correct, but Q1 minus Q2 is wrong. Here now W is equal to Q2 minus Q1 because Q2 is bigger. What you are doing? You are adding this 2 and then you are getting Q2. Are you getting this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that's why I asked you once again. Just remember the concept. No need to worry about the notation. Notation की जगह पे concept याद रखो. Okay. So here the COP will be equal to Q1 by Q2 minus Q1. Okay. Now tell me once again, for heat pump, what will be the COP? Yes. What will be the COP for heat pump here? Please try.
Q2 upon Q1 minus Q2.
Again wrong. Q2 is correct. Q2 upon is correct.
Q2 upon Q2 minus Q1.
Correct. Q2 upon Q2 minus Q1. Q1 में से Q2 निकाल ही नहीं सकते हो बेटा. Q1 is small. Okay. So it should be Q2 minus Q1. Okay. So don't get confused by this. Okay. Let's try for this one. What will be the thermal efficiency for this engine? Thermal efficiency for this engine. What is thermal efficiency? Output upon input. Desired output upon input. Desired output is work. And input is, which is the input? Q2.
Q2.
So now tell me what is the thermal efficiency? Yes? What is the thermal efficiency? This is the output. Okay, that is W.
Upon Q2.
W upon Q2. Now what is W? In terms of Q1 and Q2, what is W? What is W?
Output.
Yeah, output is correct, beta. But what is W in terms of Q1 and Q2?
Q2 minus Q1.
Very good. Q2 minus Q1. So you can write the thermal efficiency for this engine as Q2 minus Q1 by Q2. Are you getting this? Q2 divided by efficiency. Thermal efficiency is equal to Q2 minus Q1 divided by Q2. Okay, so this will be the thermal efficiency. Plus concept yaad rakho, don't worry about the notation. Okay, why? Because this may happen that in exam the notation given by the examiner will be different. Okay, so you are supposed to work on the concept, not on the notations. Okay, don't mug up the formula, only remember the concept. Okay, so now let's move to the numerical. Let's see a few numericals for that. Okay, so let me turn on the jammer. Okay, so here is the numerical for you. First numerical for today. Okay, from the slide, let me tell you the number because you don't have to note down. You can simply note down that question number 1. Okay, question number 1. Now write down the given data. So from here, what is the given data is? What is given? A heat pump is given to you, right? Heat pump is used. So first write it down that this is a heat pump. Okay, otherwise what will happen? Most of time you take everything and you forgot that it is heat pump or refrigerator or even in the engine. Okay, so now what is given? Heat pump is there. Okay, heat pump is used to maintain house at 23 degree. Okay, that means let's draw the system. Okay, always remember that you are supposed to draw the system every time. Okay, whether it is small numerical, whether it is big numerical, if it is the theory exam, then you are supposed to okay. So this is the heat pump. Okay, so this is the heat source. Okay, बाकी लोग आप लोग भी ड्रॉ कर सकते हो. Okay, try to draw it. Which is at temperature T2, and I'm giving here, this is the heat sink, which is at temperature T1. Okay, then can you please tell me the direction of the heat flow here and the work also? Please tell me what is the direction for the heat flow now for the heat pump? Arrow, where should I mark the arrow? Here or here?
Downside.
Downside?
Heat source to heat sink.
Heat source to heat sink. Okay, that means like this. Okay, and what about this one? Work? वर्क इनपुट होना चाहिए या आउटपुट होना चाहिए?
Input.
Input. Okay, so it should be like this. So here is Q2 and here is Q1. Okay. Okay. So now tell me that what is given in the question? Heat pump is used to maintain house at 23 degrees Celsius. Now tell me this 23 degree Celsius temperature is of T2 or T1?
T1.
Any other? Any other answer? Any other answer? Or T1 is correct? अरे हाँ नहीं, कुछ तो बोलो बेटा. So whatever this 23 degrees Celsius temperature is, what is given in the question, that heat pump is used to maintain that. And what is the purpose of heat pump? Is to reject the heat towards the heat sink, that means towards the room. So this is the room. Okay, so T1 is the it is having the temperature 23 degrees Celsius. Okay, I can't give degree over here, so I am simply writing as 23 degrees Celsius. Okay, then that means this is 23 degrees Celsius. Okay, which has to be maintained by absorbing the heat from the source. Okay, then you can in the question what is given, the house is losing heat to outside air through wall at 60,000 kilojoule per kg. That means what is happening here, heat is losing, okay, to the outside air through the walls. कुछ जो है यहाँ पे leakages है. Okay, this room is there and it is having few amount of the leakages, that is, and it is through that leakages it is losing 60,000 kilojoule per hour. Okay, that means you are supposed to continuously supply this amount of the energy into this heat sink so that you can maintain 23 degrees Celsius. Okay, that means what is this 60,000 kilojoule per hour? Q1 or Q2?
Q1.
Correct. Okay, that means it has to be supplied. Okay, Q1 is equal to 60,000 kilojoule per hour. But let's see further what is given. While energy generated in the house by various appliances is 4,000 kilojoule per hour. Again, now this room may contain some other devices, like let's say fan is there, tube light is there, some another, let's say laptop is there, computer is there. Okay, so it is generating heat already. How much heat is that? 4,000. So do you have to supply 60,000 kilojoule per hour? Do you have to supply this?
No.
No, ma'am.
Because 4,000 is already generated over there. That means the total heat which you are supposed to supply, it should be equal to 60,000 minus 4,000, right? So that means this will be equal to 56,000,
56.
correct? 56,000 kilojoule per hour. This was energy you are supposed to supply towards that room, okay, towards that house, to maintain 23 degrees Celsius. Now further, what is given for the COP, that means coefficient of performance of for that heat pump, it is given as 1.5. Find the required power input in kilowatt. So you are supposed to find how much work has been given to the heat pump. Okay, power input in kilowatt supplied to the heat pump. So you are supposed to find W. Okay, now tell me what is the formula for COP for the heat pump? Here, yes, please.
1 minus Q2 upon Q1.
Q1 minus
Minus Q2
Q1 minus Q2
upon
upon
Q1. Q1.
Q1. Is it correct? Q1 minus Q2 upon Q1. Is it correct?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
पक्का?
Q2 minus Q1.
फिर से थिंक करो. What is COP is? COP क्या है? What is COP? Formula. What is COP?
Work output upon heat input.
Again wrong. That is the thermal efficiency.
Heat added upon work input.
Yes.
Q1 upon
Desired
Q1 minus Q2.
desired effect upon work input. So what is the desired effect here? Required effect is
Q1.
Q1 and then work input, कितना work input किया है, that is W. Okay. Okay. So desired effect is Q1. Desired effect is Q1 and it should be divided by work input so that you will get the COP. दो formulas में अलग मतलब confusion मत होना. What is COP? Desired effect, जो required effect है, divide by work. Okay, COP में always divide by work होता है. Okay, while in efficiency, work divide by input. Work divide by energy input. That means work is always in the numerator in case of the thermal efficiency. Now here we are talking about the COP. So always remember that it is in the denominator. Now what should be in the numerator? That is the desired effect. Now as it is a heat pump, what is the desired effect? Desired effect is this Q1. Okay, so Q1 by W will give you the COP. Now COP is known to us. Q1 is also known to us. So find the W. So what is the W then? What is the work? कितना मिला बताओ? You can keep it in the same unit. Yes, how much is the work? Very simple calculation is there.
37333.33.
Yes, ma'am.
37233.33.
37333 triple three
Okay. Okay.
0.33.
Okay. ठीक है. Unit. Unit. Kilowatt में निकला है. How it is possible? Yeah, you are using
Kilojoule.
Q1. Can you see what is the unit for Q1?
Kilojoule.
Kilojoule per hour. Okay, kilojoule per hour. Or COP doesn't have any unit because it is the division of, or you can say ratio of two energies. Okay, so work will also have the same unit as the heat. Okay, so ऊपर में अगर आपको किलोजूल पर आर में है, so here also work will be in a kilojoule per hour. Okay, any doubt in this?
No, ma'am.
Numerical? Okay, then let's move to the second numerical. Just a minute. Okay. So now here you can see the engine is there. Okay, so now let's erase everything here. What is here? Engine. Okay. So engine is there. So instead of P, let me write it down here as E. Okay. So here is the engine. Okay. And again the arrows will now change. ठीक है. हाँ ये I can keep this same. ठीक है. So now what is there? You are having the engine. and it develops 80 kilowatt of energy. Okay, how much energy or how much work it is developing? 80 kilowatt. So you can simply write that here that W is 80 kilowatt. Okay, when it receives heat at rate of 240 kilowatt, receives heat. Okay, receives heat. Which is receiving heat? Engine is receiving heat. Which one? कौन सा heat receive कर रहा है? Q1 और Q2? Yes?
Q2.
Huh? Which heat it is taking? Q1 or Q2? From the diagram. Q1 वो ले रहा है क्या बेटा? You can see here simply. See the direction.
Q2.
Q2. It is taking the heat from Q2. Okay, from this source, which is at temperature 2. Okay, that's why I told you not to remember the notations. Remember the concept. Simply look at this diagram, and what you will see that heat received by the engine is given as 240, and here you can say this is the engine. So which heat it is taking? Q2. Okay, so Q2 is given to you as 240 kilowatt. Okay, then further what is given? Find the efficiency and heat rejected. That means you are supposed to find heat rejected. That means Q1 you are supposed to find, as well as efficiency. Okay, efficiency you are supposed to find. Okay, so find this first, then we will move to the next part. Now what is, how you can find Q1 then? Q1 कैसे निकाल सकते हो? How you can find Q1?
W equals to Q1 minus Q2.
Correct. W is equal to the difference between these two energies. Now tell me what is equal to W? Q1 minus Q2 or Q2 minus Q1?
Q1 minus Q2.
Anyone else?
Q2 minus Q1.
एक ने Q1 minus Q2 बोला, दूसरे ने Q2 minus Q1 बोल दिया. Yes, anyone else? जिसने Q1 minus Q2 बोला है, please tell me the reason why it should be Q1 minus Q2. And जिसने Q2 minus Q1 बोला है, tell me why it is Q2 minus Q1.
Going towards heat source to heat sink.
Going toward heat from heat source to heat sink. That will not be the reason. See here, this is the heat engine, and what heat engine is doing? It is taking the heat from the heat source, converting some amount into the work and rejecting the remaining into the sink. So you can see here, if remaining, okay, remaining बोल रही हूँ, बची हुई बोल रही हूँ, so बची हुई हमेशा कम ही होगी, right? So Q1 is always bigger than the Q2 is always bigger than the Q1. Okay, so it will be always possible to do Q1 minus Q2 minus Q1. ओके, बड़े में से छोटे को भी माइनस करोगे नहीं, निगेटिव में नहीं कर सकते हो आप यहाँ पे आंसर. ओके, एनर्जी निगेटिव में नहीं आएगी, निगेटिव में जाएगी मतलब क्या, वो एब्जॉर्ब होना स्टार्ट हो गया. ओके, इट विल बी डिफरेंट, दैट कंसेप्ट विल बी डिफरेंट. Okay, are you getting this? So this is the bigger energy which you are going to take it from the source. Engine है, okay, flue gases से energy लेने वाला है, converting it and it will going to convert it into the work, and जो remaining है, okay, that means exhaust gas, it will be thrown into the atmosphere. So what will be the work? Work will be equal to whatever the heat has been taken to the whatever the heat which has been thrown. Okay, minus, okay, whatever the heat which has been taken minus whatever the heat which has been thrown. So that will be equal to Q2 minus Q1. Okay, now simply by using this formula, tell me Q1 is equal to how much? Okay, tell me how much is the Q1 then?
$160.
Yes, Ada, are you also getting the same answer?
Yes, ma'am. 160.
160. ठीक है,
160 kilowatt.
160 kilowatt. 160 kilowatt. Okay, Now what about the efficiency now? What should be the efficiency formula? What is the efficiency, thermal efficiency? I'm not asking you based on the notation. Simply give me the conceptual. What is the efficiency? Output
Work
upon
output.
input. Correct. Work output upon energy input. So work output is here W. And what is the energy input? Energy input? Yes?
Q2.
Q2. Simple direction देखो ना. Direction देखो. This is the input to the engine. So Q2. Okay. Now Q2 is known to us. W is known to us. So find the efficiency.
0.33.
0.33. Okay. That means it will be equal to 33%. Right? So this is the first part of this numerical. Okay. Now let's see the second part. Now what it is saying further, if this engine is reversed to act as a refrigerator. Okay. Now here instead of engine, now it is acting like a refrigerator. Same temperature, same energy inputs. Okay. But now it is a refrigerator. So if it is a refrigerator, okay, that means what should be the direction of this work? What should be the direction of the
Input.
work? Input. Okay. The direction will be input. Okay. Q2 is same. Okay. Q2 is same. Just a minute. Yes. So what about the direction of this one? Q1 and Q2 का direction भी same रहेगा क्या? या change होना चाहिए? What is given in the question? With the same rate of energy. With the same rate of energy transfer. With the same rate of energy transfer. Okay. Now here what will happen? जो source है, source की जगह पे sink हो जाएगा. Okay. I'm so sorry. This is source and sink. ये same है. What about these directions? पहले डायरेक्शन फिक्स करेंगे और फिर देखेंगे कि ये सोर्स कौन सा है और सिंक कौन सा आएगा. ठीक है. Now you can see here. Let me explain it to you. Then and only then you can understand. Q2 is having how much value? 240 and Q1 is 160. Okay. और रेफ्रिजरेटर में क्या होता है? What is
Cooling.
happening in the refrigerator? Heat is
Cooling.
taken. Heat is taken and it is going to combine and then will be thrown into the atmosphere. Okay. तो यहाँ पे work input हो रहा है. Work input जो हो रहा है उसके साथ जो है वो कम वाला जो होगा, that means Q1 जो 160 ये है कम है, वो add होने वाला है. Okay. Then it will be combined with the work and then it will be thrown into the atmosphere. So the direction will also be reversed. Okay. जो इंजन है, इंजन के एग्जैक्टली रिवर्स आपका जो है, मतलब हर एरो जो है वो रिवर्स हो जाने वाला है. एवरीथिंग. Okay. Now once the arrow has been reversed, you will observe one more thing. Now see what is going to happen. Refrigerator is taken the heat from here. Okay. मतलब ये क्या हो जाएगा? Source होगा क्या? ये sink होगा? It is continuously supplying. So this will be the source now. ये क्या हो जाएगा? Source हो जाएगा. As per the concept of the heat reservoir, heat source and the sink. Okay. As per the concept of the heat source and sink.
Ma'am, we have practicals now.
Yeah, I know. it is going to start at 10:35, right?
It's 10:36.
Okay, just a minute. So let's finish this one only. Okay, the last is going on. Okay, so what will be happening over here? Only the direction will change. Okay, as well as the heat sink will become heat source and heat source will become heat sink. Okay, now if this will be the cycle, then you are supposed to find the COP. Now Q2 is known to you, Q1 is known to you. Now find the COP. Now what is the COP here? What is the COP? Desired effect upon work. So for the refrigerator, what is the desired effect? Q1 or Q2? Yes. What is the desired effect?
Q2.
Again wrong. Don't get confused by heat pump. रेफ्रिजरेटर का रिक्वायर्ड इफेक्ट है हीट एब्जॉर्प्शन. ओके, दैट मीन्स ये कैबिनेट है. दिस इज द कैबिनेट. कैबिनेट में से बाहर निकालना, ये रेफ्रिजरेटर का इफेक्ट है, आपका रिक्वायर्ड इफेक्ट है. बाहर कितना फेंक रहा है वो इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. व्हाट इज इंपॉर्टेंट? हाउ मच इट इज टेकिंग फ्रॉम द कैबिनेट. ओके, दैट मीन्स Q1. ओके, एंड डिवाइड बाय द वर्क. ओके, so simply 160 divided by 80. Okay, so the COP will be equal to 2. Are you understanding this? थोड़ा सा प्रैक्टिस लगेगा
ma'am.
आपको इसके लिए. ओके, ठीक है. सो लेट्स स्टॉप फॉर टुडे ओवर हियर. Just a minute.